How's it going, guys, and welcome to part 2 to the how to create a kill or destroy mission within the ArmA 3 Eden editor. I know I haven't made a tutorial in a while. It's mainly because I burnt myself out on ArmA. I've played a lot of ArmA over the years and new games came out and I kind of got addicted to Squad, but we're not going to get into that. So someone left a comment on part 1 and they were asking how to make buildings that are a part of the map a part of the objective. So for example, this air tower here. When I destroy it, I want it to complete the objective. So we're going to go over how to do that. Previously, before Eden, you would go on your map. There'd be a hotkey or a button that you would press, and it would bring up a series of numbers for each object on the map, and you would use those series of numbers to basically do what you want. But that's no longer relevant since ARM is constantly changing, and things are being added, and ID numbers are changing all over the place. So that's been removed. You can still get the ID numbers, but they're not going to be typically useful for you at the moment, or ever again, I would assume. So now we have to obtain building class names, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So the whole process is similar to part 1, apart from an extra addition, which we'll go through, and you'll see it's not that hard. It's actually pretty simple. The information's not exactly readily available online. You might have to sift through a shit ton of forum threads or help threads, bunch of random crap just to find out how to do this, but luckily I know how to do this. I've been doing this shit for quite a while. So we'll get straight into it. Once you place, the first thing you want to do actually is place a playable character down. That's a very important thing. If you're wondering how I'm doing this, it's E and R. So once you place a playable character, you just want to play the scenario. So we're straight into it. We're going to be straight into it. It might take a little while to load since I've got a lot of mods, so I'll just skip straight to when it's loaded. Alrighty, so we've loaded in. First thing you're going to do is press escape. I know, we're going straight to escape, and we just loaded in. So look up here to the extended debug console, and in the execute box I have written something down. For everything I'm going to write down, we're only going to use the debug console once, but we're going to have things and triggers, etc. Everything that I'm typing will be in the description down below, and you can just simply copy and paste, so it's easy for you to just do it, and you can just edit a few things if you need to. So what this is going to do is, every frame it's going to give you a hint on screen, which should be somewhere over here, and the hint's going to contain information of objects that your cursor is looking at. So once you've typed this in or copy pasted in, you're going to hit local execute. As you can see, top right, everything I look at is giving me information. The only thing relevant to you is the first part, which is the what's it called? The class name. I had a bit of a brain fart. The class name for the building. So in this case, I want to destroy the air tower. So it's land airport tower F. You just want to write that down. Simple as that. Other buildings, I'm going to destroy that one all the way over there later. I'd advise having a long range optic when you load in, or binoculars, so you can just look out without having to run over to places. So yeah, I've already got all that written down, so we're just going to head back out. First, we're just going to focus on the air control tower. So once you've done all that, you want to head to the 3 cubes, which is systems, or you can simply press F5, and you want to, instead of being on modules, you want to go on logic entities, which is this little flag icon. And under objects, you want game logic. Simply just place it down on the object you want to destroy. Double left click. Make sure you give the logic a variable name. So in this case, we're giving it logic1. In the init box, you want to type this, and I'll type it in and then explain to you later what it does. So we're just going to give a variable name, tower1 equals nearestObject. F1 tower F. Alright, so that's the code you need. So I've given this building a name, which is tower1. It's its variable name, and that equals the nearest object to logic1, which is the logic there. And also what happens to be the nearest object is this here, which the class name is relevant to, which is land airport tower F. So it's basically identifying the object that you want to be identified. Now, that's the only addition compared to part 1. What we're going to do now is just set up the whole basic mission task modules. So you want to head back to modules, down to Intel. Generally, you'd do a create task, set task description, set task state, and then putting down a trigger. I'm a lazy man, so we're going to skip the task description because I don't want to type too much out. So create task, that's all we're going to need with set task state. And then we're going to head to F3 or the flag icon, which is triggers, and just place down the top option because we don't need it covering a certain area, which these other ones do. So we're just going to sync them, right click them, go to connect, sync to. Apparently I failed. So we're going to do the boring stuff. Create tasks, we'll just name it tower, screw it. Title, destroy tower. And we'll just copy paste just because it's easy. Set task state. Actually, we need to go back and we need to do the owner's thing. If I want to cover this as well, you can simply synchronize it to objects or characters. You have all the options there. I'm lazy, like I said before. We'll just do blue force because it generalizes the whole blue force faction. Set task state. Succeeded. That's all you need to do. Now, in the trigger, in the condition, you want to type this, which is just the basic code. It's going to check for alive, and next you want to put the variable name you put down, which I think I put down tower1, semicolon. So it's going to check if tower1 is alive. Pretty sure I put tower1 with a capital T. So we're going to head straight into the mission, and when I destroy this tower, it should trigger off and say I completed the objective. So let's get straight into it. Alrighty. So pressing M, task, as you can see, we've got the task at hand. We'll just run up here. Head straight into the air tower. And we're just going to place down a little present for this air tower. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm using Ace3, so I've got this all set up. And we're just going to run out, destroy it, and it should trigger off. Next we will cover how to add 2 buildings, and that should be it. Or adding multiple buildings, I should say. That's right, I have to go up here. And tower is destroyed. So, next we're going to focus on adding multiple buildings to this. You can, say you want to destroy 2 buildings. You can repeat this whole process here, just with another building, and have 2 separate objectives. But if you want to add 2 buildings to one objective, we'll cover that now. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to make 2 separate objectives. So we're going to head over here and do the same thing with the logic. So we're going to head over to Systems, Logic Entities, Game Logic, place it down right there. Now we're going to name this one Logic 2, just because it's simple. We're going to name this Tower 2, and type the whole code process out again. Now I have to remember the code for, or the class name for this building, which I seem to have a brain fart. Hopefully I get it right. Hopefully that's right. It should be right. Anyway. Noticed a little boo-boo there. Alright. That's all we need to do. Well, not all we need to do. We need to head back over to the trigger and add extra information. So we're going to head back to the trigger. That is not the trigger. That is the trigger. I'm just going to remove the semicolon. Put 2 ands and repeat the code, which is alive, and then put tower 2, because that's the extra, and then a semicolon. So it's adding both buildings to the objective. I could modify the create task information and say destroy towers, but yeah, you know, I'm lazy, apparently. So we're going to get to doing that. Alrighty. So we have to go through all this again, and we're just going to blow this up really quickly. Get out. I'm going to blow this up, and then we're going to run all the way over there and blow that one up too. Now we have to run over there. For viewing pleasure, I'm not going to run all the way over there so you can listen to the super high paced breathing sounds. So we'll get back to it once I'm over there. Alrighty, so we're over here at the radar tower, and you guys are lucky you got to miss out on the annoying fast paced breathing sounds. So we're just going to blow this thing up. Place that there. We'll put 2 down just to make sure this thing goes boom. And run away. So when this blows up, it should set the objective to complete. Why, you know, explode, detonate all. And there you have it. So, hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully this was helpful. If you did find it helpful or you have thoughts on the video, leave a comment below. If you did enjoy it, think about giving it a thumbs up. If you missed part 1, there should be something at the end of this video on screen that you can go check it out. And that's about it. So I'll catch you guys later.